It is a wild day in the weather department. I'm assuming that this is the same storm that was in New York that
yep.
saw the lightning?
Yep, yeah. Part of it. Yep. And we had a coastal low develop nearby, and that's what's enhancing some of our precip right now.
That's so interesting.
Wild. That lightning, by the way, we've had our own lightning. Maybe you heard thunder
snow. Yeah.
There was thunder snow. There were even reports of thunder sleet early this morning, too, across central Massachusetts. So it's been a pretty powerful storm for us. A mid-range nor'easter, not a blockbuster storm, but if you're impacted by any coastal flooding, wind damage at your home, then it becomes a major storm for you. Rain reports here. We have lots of standing water because of the fresh water falling from the sky, but mostly rain south and east. New Bedford picking up over 2 inches. Same for Rockland, Provincetown, just over 2 inches of rainfall. And then north and west, we had the very messy, slushy sleet and snow mixture, and we're still experiencing that at this hour. By the way, if you're in that wind too, that helps to kind of pile up some of that sleet and snow, and it helps to ice over some entryways and doorways too. But on buildings blocked from the wind on that particular side, it may just be a gentle rain and a little bit of snow. So it's just so gross out there. 30s up to the north and west. And I'm tracking some of these temperatures actually dropping across Leominster and Marlborough. Although we still have a sleet and snow mixture, some colder air is trying to wrap in as this area of low pressure is now moving to the north and east and trying to head towards the Gulf of Maine. As it does, we still have a little clip at a wintry mix in Boston and a chance for some scattered coatings of slop. In Cambridge, Somerville, we have a mix. North Shore down through the South Shore as well. Mostly rain reported in Brookline at the moment, but that can change back and forth very quickly as we've been experiencing that. It's been mostly a wet snow for you across Manchester, Haverhill, Newburyport, Gloucester. Now you're back to snow as that colder air is now starting to arrive for you. While South Shore areas, we still have some rain showers back towards Milford, though, Northbridge along the Pike into Worcester, and then the Worcester Hills. Elevation-driven snow will allow for some slightly higher totals and a little bit less sleet contamination. We head farther to the north, southern Vermont and New Hampshire, and it's snowing for you in all spots here. The big picture shows the parent area of low pressure back across the Midwest. Well, we did have that coastal low that developed off the Delmarva coast late last night into this morning, and the center of that storm continues to head towards Martha's Vineyard right now. So your wind is going to start to slow up a bit. It's also going to flip direction through the day, and it's going to funnel in some of the colder air. So that's why we see a bit of a changeover, but it looks like that freezing line holds right near the coastline and right around Boston. So majority of us south and east, we wrap up with a lot of the storm system in terms of anything falling from the clouds. But farther to the north and west, well, we're still getting some stuff. Here's the breakdown. So through the rest of today, coatings of slop, Worcester, even near Boston and areas north, 2 inches of a mix. Well, as we go into northern New England, you get an additional 4 to 6 inches through Saturday, 6 to 8 in the Green Mountains, 8 to 12 across the White Mountains and interior Maine. Why? Because this storm system is going to stall, and we actually have 2 more days of a scattered wintry mix. So the other component to this, the wind. The winds have been very strong since last night. Pocasset, the top with 64 miles per hour. Winds currently 46 coming in right off the coast. And the center of low pressure, it's moving very quickly. Now it's right over the mid-Cape. As it continues to move away from us and towards the open sea, the waves are going to be strong, but the wind switches direction. It's going to be more offshore for southern parts of Massachusetts. So that high tide this morning was the biggest problem for us along Scituate, along Cape Cod and the islands. The thing is, I will be watching parts of Essex County and Cape Ann, where later this evening, with still waves of about 20 to 25 feet off the coast, there is a chance of a high tide cycle later this evening to pose a threat for some coastal flooding, some erosion too. I think it'll be minor, but there's still that chance with still an onshore wind across northeastern Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Here's our 10-day forecast. Yeah, a little wintry mix Friday, Saturday, lingering storm. The dinner guests that just won't leave. Monday, eclipse day, 60.